get a lovely dancer.
What was that?
What?
What is it?
Hello? The guest of Sandstone Villa, I presume. These gnomes do like to believe that everyone ignores their whispers. What's needed? And I thought only the Fae were capable of taming Datia's wilds. Seems the gnomes are adamant about raising the city here. I've been a lot of things in my life. Farmer, warrior, scholar. I've done things for pay that I'm not proud of. I suppose this life is my penance. These are where we labourers may keep after ourselves when not working. Part home, part camp, part poorhouse. Good day.
Yes? Glad to talk to someone who isn't a gnome. Getting a damn crick in my neck. Say, I knew my way around a deck of cards. Fancy a fate reading? Farewell!
Yeah? Hmm? Always happy to see a new face? Been some time since we've had a new arrival. Odessa is different from Rathir. Everything about this city is planned, all its details already known. Rathir was built so haphazardly it'd keep surprising you. Wretched curs, all of them. If it weren't for my siblings, I'd be fighting them even now. I came to Odessa with my brother Harrit and my sister Gwenfir. We were only children when we had to flee the fires of war, but here we are. Most don't want to live here, but we Wiles have been refugees since the Tuatha first attacked. We're just happy to stop running. I know how to make a door open when it doesn't want to, if that's what you're asking. Pretty useful in a city with a few secrets. So long.
Fancy a chat?
Yeah? We've no clean mugs and no clean beds. There's no tavern business running today. Nice to have a peaceful place in this desert. Got bandits raising hell in Apatir, Jotun in Menethir, and just great stretches of nothing in the Hollowlands. Half of the poor folks in this place can't wipe their own asses after a day of work. My swill's the only thing that keeps them smiling half the time. The rat's den of Odessa, if ever there were one. Few joys we outsiders can afford, so I keep the swill cheap as I can. good.
Fancy a chat?
Yes? Glad to talk to someone who isn't, say, farewell.
Aye?
You'd better turn around. No one gets to Reddle without going through us. Unless you got business with Reddle, I suggest you turn around.
Yeah?
Yes. Haven't seen you around. New to the quarter? Been sick so long I haven't seen anyone new in a while. I'm just happy that for once in our lives, Ara and I no longer have to keep running. There's a place for us to wait, to rest, to recoup. Lost everything in that war. Lost our parents, our farm. All I have left is my sister Ara, and I'm just a burden on her now. Just another refugee of this horrible war. Ara and I were the only ones from my village that got out safely. We had to start a new life for ourselves here, but soon after we arrived, I got sick, and Ara had to support me. Ah, very well. Yes.
You want something? All I've got to my name's my father's trousers and a bad hangover. So piss off. Things used to be better here. Now Apatier's looking like the better option, thanks to you. I heard what you did. Thanks. I hear you helped start cleaning it up. I'm sure you have the people's thanks for that. Used to do a tour or two as an archer with some mercenaries. They turned to banditry and I just turned to ale. Ain't the sandstone villa from what I hear. But I've slept in worse places, I can promise you that. Ain't good at much, but I don't need to be noticed if I ain't looking to be. For a bit of coin, I can teach anyone to be the same. Yeah.
So the scriptures of Mitharo have been handed to us. I too have been asked by Reddle to hand these words to the denizens of all that can help. The gnomes do not keep the faith of Mitharo. That much is enough for me. Mitharo is the great order of the world, who grants purpose and structure to all life. Mitharo and Reddlemane guide my work. Reddlemane has much, but he understands that he cannot enact the change that could help us without jeopardizing all of our safety. It is one of sorts. It is a board of petitions made by those of the Hospitalis quarters. I keep it for the good of this place. Be pious.
After all that effort I put into my letter, looks like I've got a nibble. Many welcomes. I won't waste your time. You want to know who's watching you in this city? Then help me out. The gnomes built this place for their achievements. Don't mistake that. If you're valuable to them, you're in. And if you're not, you're out of luck. Let's just say I had my ear to the ground and learned that someone important was staying in Sandstone Villa. Someone of means. I knew a thing or two about keeping coins. Didn't take long for me to earn more than any of these poor sods could hope. Gnomes didn't like that. The gnomes gave us the quarters and told us it was this or the wastes, so we had to make it work. I had to make it work. I admit I tend to run things for the humans in Alfar and Odessa, but the gnomes know well enough to keep us segregated. They house us, clothe us, feed us, but they never planned on keeping a bunch of refugees on their coin in their buildings. So they keep things bad enough to hope we'll leave, and we can't do anything to improve our station. You, however, can. The gnomes are planners. They plan their cities like they plan their days and lives, with no room for error. So when the unwashed masses fleeing war and drought and famine arrive on their doorstep, they make a few new laws. We receive aid in return for staying out of the way. But the minute they put you differently from us, they put you in a position to act on our behalf. The gnomes have a saying, "The one that bears leadership does so on a gilded throne." I run things in these quarters. To do so at my best, I need to make sure I'm provided for, so I've done just that. I'm a man of sizable wealth. Maybe not all the gnomes are interested in coin, but enough of them are. When I heard that Sandstone Villa was being reserved, I had to know why. As it turns out, it was for you. Good. There are a couple of more pressing concerns that we've had to deal with lately. They're spelled out on the petition wall in the main hall. Attend to them, and then we'll see about helping you. There's a board in the quarters where the people make petitions to improve things around here. Ablier keeps the board. Speak with him if you have more questions. So long. Well, you're back. Made any headway with answering the petitions? So long. This here's Reddelmain's office. He runs the Hospitalis quarters.
I see you.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Speak to Eric Porth if you're looking to improve your dispelling ability.
Heard that farrier is using rats in the stew at her tavern.
Odessa mine has not been used for some time, and monsters have moved into its lower level. No good will come of visiting the hospitalis quarters. The kind that lives here knows nothing but trouble. Well met. Have you need to practice your sword arm? We have sparring chambers for your use. It's a common training amongst the guard. Those seeking to improve their skills or try new tactics may use it. Excellent. You can find a sparring room in the garrison. Go there and hone your skills, should you wish. When we first discovered this crater, we found it suitable to protect our greatest tomes. We built the library, and the city grew around it. I am the captain of this garrison, and I oversee the training of new recruits. Be sure to keep the peace. We are the militant arm of gnomish society. We ensure that there is order, obedience, and support for the will of the Templars. The arena is in the basement of the garrison. There's a door nearby that will take you to it. Die, villain! Yes? Yes? What? Yes? Yes? Trespasser! Keep the peace while in the city. Don't need any more long legs cluttering up the prison. Intruder! Guards! Intruder! Guards! You there! Halt! Don't let me catch you making trouble again. What? Yes?
Got the forge hot, stranger. If you need repair work for armor or weapons, I'm your man. Aye? And I suppose you're here to preach the virtues of helping my lazy neighbours. More like buzzards. I've been there before. I know what life is like in the gutters. I'll pay my part, aye. But it's you that's more deserving, I think. Here's some coin. All right, then. What?
Plenty of shops in Odessa, but none as good as mine. Why not drop a few coin here? Share them with who? With... Oh, I see. It's not enough that I scrape out something for myself. You can't succeed in this city without someone coming to collect. You mean it, don't you? You actually care about them. Fine, I'll give my part. And thanks for your compassion. Please, come by again. If you need anything before you head back out to here, you should make sure to look at... Please, come by again.
Alpha have a grand city in Rathir, but stone for stone, I would rate Odessa among the greatest cities in the world. Or I will when it's complete. This city will stand for centuries. You can tell that already just by standing here. History is being made as we speak. The walls are home to the assistants, the mundane researchers like myself. We strive to ensure that the institutions of the Isles are optimally supported. I perform a number of odd jobs and studies on behalf of the researchers in the laboratories. Always work to be done. I took up learning it as a hobby. Next thing you know, I'm good enough to share the knowledge. All for the right price, of course. Very well.
What?
Ah, the guest of Sandstone Villa. If you've a head for books, then please peruse my wares. When I was younger, I used to be a scrivener in the Domus Politica. But like so many, my eyesight began fading, so I stopped writing books and began selling. Though many here concern themselves with study and the academics, we also have fine craftsmen and artisans in the walls. Much of my stock is their work. I carry books and tomes of all shapes and sizes, plus another few odds and ends for anyone curious. We carry a wide assortment of reading materials. We've historical texts such as Nemmius Pergam's On the History and Nature of the Fae, and Cranius's Gnomish History. We also carry texts and manuscripts such as Metallurgy and Method, and even the more whimsical children's literature of Phineas Calidus. Come again.
Yes?
I've a fully stocked apothecary if you need it. Driador's always got your needs covered. It's a nice enough place if the gnomes take a shine to what you can do. I can make potions like their greatest, so I get to do trade in the Arcadium. I've wandered to Tyr nearly all my life. There's a trove of reagents that can save your life if you know how to use them. I came to Odessa a few years back. Used to live up in Galette, in the Red Marches. A shame about what happened there, if what I hear is true. Lunatic cultists took over and ruined the town. Someone put a stop to them, thankfully. Yes, of course. Always thinking of the downtrodden. I guess I could lift the charity tax. I hope it returns to the peaceful haven I knew it to be, now that you've done such a good turn. I knew better than to think my prosperity would go unnoticed. It seems all my success helps others instead of myself. Generosity is not something seen that often here. If not in my neighbors, I might place my trust in you. I'll donate to the poor, and why not to you as well? I'll be here.
Gems for sale. Ah, and so our guest from the villa has come to my shop. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? We have some of the brightest minds and best intentions you can find in the Feylands. It is lucky for all that we settled here. I used to make gems for use in a number of the Basilica's experiments. Why, just recently, I crafted a number of items to be sent to Alistar Tower. Oh, nothing special, just a regular shipment of goods. Nothing out of the ordinary, anyway. I make my living as a gem crafter. I have a small stock of my own, but I can also perform sage crafting services, if needed. You'll be back. What?
Odessa Prison is off limits to all citizens and guests of the city. You there! Halt! Don't let me catch you making trouble again. Die, villain!
What the hell are you doing here? If you're going to stand out there and gape at me, you're going to get us both in trouble. Bet it's a lovely city to be in for a gnome. For outsiders, it's a place of burden. They make it uncomfortable, so we might leave. Just another Burke trying to scratch a living in this desert sand. But it's easier to survive out there than in this blasted city. Half-men bastards. They'll look for any reason to throw one of us outsides into this brig. They're trying to intimidate us. I only stole a loaf of bread, and for that I'm sorry. But I've been in here for weeks. The gnomes like to think their city shouldn't need jails, but they'll use any excuse to throw one of us quarterlings in here. Really? I've been in here so long I thought they would have all forgotten about me. This means a lot to me. Thanks, mate. Get going. Yes? Yes? What? What? What?
Yes?
You look like you have some free time on your hands. Care to earn a bit of coin? It is truly a wondrous place. The work I've been able to accomplish that they've sponsored, truly marvelous. I'm responsible for going through vast amounts of experiment results and distilling them into concise data. With that, the Basilica Nostra can qualify our findings. We process all the data from experiments both housed internally and externally. Once compiled, we send it on to the Basilica Nostra. Uncatalogued tomes are stored and protected in warded containers. If you save me some time, I'll pay you well. All I need you to do is go to each container and dispel the ward on it. I'll pay you for each one you manage to dispel. Excellent. I'll have some brought up. They'll be in the upstairs alcove waiting for you. You can find them upstairs. I'll pay you when you've dispelled some of them. A pleasure.
What? Interesting. Taller than I would have thought, but still. You will serve as a subject. You are the guest at Sandstone Villa, correct? Otherwise, I'll have to look elsewhere. This is a city built on principles. It is the gnomish ideal. Our plans, followed diligently by many workers to perfect harmony. Whispers have spread through town about the work done there. The work that involved a certain someone in present company. This experiment will conclude a decade's worth of study. It is to observe kinetic mana aggregation. I've collected a number of wild specimens from these lands at great expense. I wish you to fight them while I observe. There are two reasons. First, you're not in the Hospitalis quarters, which means I can legally use you for a subject. Second, you were present at Alistar. Don't deny it. I've learned enough. You must have been exposed to powerful magic. Very good, very good. I'd like to get started immediately. Please meet me in my laboratory in the Odessa mine. If you aren't enjoying the sights of the walls, then have you seen the Arcadium or the markets? There might be more of use to you there. I've been a researcher in Odessa for so many years, I forgot when I began. It coincided with the start of my study, on the rise of magic. The grand proving ground of knowledge. Here, a researcher can make a claim, experiment with it, and follow its results all the way to the Basilica. A private area for you to fight the specimens I've amassed for this experiment. When it is concluded, I promise that the rewards will be worthwhile. Now come, we must depart. So long.
What? Have you done all the work you've wanted to? I see. I'll pay you for the containers you dispelled. Speak with me again if you want more work. Good. You can find them in the same place. Speak to me when you've managed to do at least one. A pleasure.
Yes?
Welcome, stranger. There are always prayers to Mitharu, but few answerers, save those from Redalmain. Have you come to help? Esclad Tyner is a troubled man, but many are those who need redemption. Though he may have wronged, he must not lose his spirit. Indeed, Mitharu smiles on a few, and it is their responsibility to share such providence. Your service will not go unrewarded. Though the gnomes are capable of greatness, Mitharu does not smile on those that take from the meek. You have restored them, and ourselves. Be pious.
So, looks like you've done your share of the legwork, eh? Happy to pay someone that's dear to us. Take this coin. You've earned it. Now, I don't think there was anything else, was there? True enough. I honor the few promises I make. You're looking for a Templar. Joriel's the name, I believe. It's hard to track a Templar, but she has taken quite an interest in you. I hear she's doing some work in the Forum recently. That's your chance to find her. She's a busy gnome, that Joriel. Whisperers are saying she's in the Basilica Nostra. It weren't easy to track her down. Either she's that busy, or she doesn't want to be found. So you'd better move quick. So long. I don't rightly think we have much more business at this point. What are you jawing for? So long.
You have come. Splendid, splendid. We can get things underway. Oh, don't mind my specimens. I can assure you that they are heavily sedated, completely under control. I've amassed quite the menagerie. I would like you to fight them. I've paced the study so that there will be a gradation of difficulty. Their sedatives should wear off presently. Now, I'll get to my observation area, and then the study can begin. So long! That's grand, isn't it? I can't wait to have this written up. I may get to speak in the Basilica Nostra. You did very well out there. Please, take these potions to heal any injuries sustained during the experiment. Thank you once again. So long. What?
Enter at your own risk.
Oh dear, things seem to have gotten worse than I thought. Ah, stranger, I think I have, require the assistance of, well, your kind. It's quite urgent and quite, sensitive. Many of us come far from our homeland for the opportunity of success. A new city opens up societal ranks. Gnomish society is led by few, who rely on the efforts of many. Here in the walls, we work, so that they are free to lead us more effectively. I've been a scrivener in the Domus for over 10 years. I'm often called upon to compose official correspondence and letters of a diplomatic nature. The gnomes do not acknowledge war as an acceptable circumstance. We cannot condone either side until a peace is reached. The benefits either side may gain from such conflict are short-term when compared to the decades of rebuilding and fortifying that such a war will necessitate. The Domus Politica handles all of the documentation that's needed to support the Templar diplomacy. The Templars exemplify what's great about our people. Wisdom, ingenuity, bravery, and justice. There's a letter, one I was writing. I'm a scribe, you see. I received word from the Basilica to draft it, from Scholar Ehrencourt. A strange letter, meant for Rathir. And though we gnomes are neutral, well, the letter gave encouragement, not promises. Never give promises, that's the rule. The letter was written, sealed and sent, but never arrived. Scholar Ehrencourt means to have my head for losing it. I need that letter recovered. I have one need for you. The courier that took that letter from me. It was a traveller. A Docalfar named Parwin Well from Suncamp. She said Ehrencourt arranged the delivery. I had no reason to suspect. Travellers are often used as couriers in these lands. But she was the last to have that letter. It was sent to Rathir via courier. A traveller by the name of Parwin Well. She was the last to see the letter. She must have some idea of what happened. Fair enough.
Require something? Ah, the guest of Sandstone Villa. How can the Domus Politica be of service today? Though only half-built, our city already stands as a beacon of enlightenment in this desert. The walls house the infrastructure of Odessa. The bursars, the laboratories, the garrison, the prison, even the Arcadium. If you need anything, you can find it here. The Arcadium is where I often find what I need, be it a work of art or a household item. Me? I'm the foremost scrivener we have. If you need a letter or tome duplicated, see me. A page every 3 minutes, guaranteed. The financial hub of Odessa. Larger merchant transactions take place there, instead of the Arcadium. The prison is relatively new. There was no need for it when we gnomes first settled here. The laboratories are where most scientific and magical study takes place in Odessa. The garrison is one of the oldest buildings in the walls, and nearly as old as a livrarium. Just as well. Require something? Greetings.
Yes? What do you want? I am not in the habit of making conversation with strangers, especially one of your stature. Please be quick. The shining jewel of knowledge. An oasis of reason and order, carved by the gnomes into the dusty wilds of Datir. It is an estate that I have ordered to be kept empty for when I have need of it, such as now. Unlike the lofty idealism of the Alpha and the messy pragmatism of the humans, we gnomes proudly embrace the virtues of reason and order. As such, we must maintain neutrality in these periodic wars that spring up. We cannot risk tainting our knowledge by taking sides, you understand? I have been the one that has orchestrated your observation. There was much to gain, and relatively little to lose. You must understand, I meant no harm. From their council in the Forum, the Templars guide the advancement of our society. Our tremendous successes are due to their unswerving pursuit of knowledge. Each Templar is allowed a wide degree of freedom in the projects they sponsor, but they are ultimately accountable to the rest of the Forum. The Praetorians have a saying, an army is but a single being, and every soldier is a weapon it wields. If every common soldier is a weapon, what of you? Certainly a rare commodity in these contested times, if not a kingmaker. Your presence here is too tempting for some of my colleagues, so I observe you to observe them. That is the game we Templars must play. Yes and no. You wield a power new and greater than many are capable of understanding, and to unforeseen repercussions. I worry of that. But greater still is our response to this power, how we approach it, and how we attempt to understand it. This city, our race, is built on the promise of plans reaching fruition, and as convicted as some are, others might be distracted by you. A simple enough question. The answer is unfortunately complicated. I speak with the authority of a Templar. It is enough to make my suspicions law, if need be. So I must remain silent, if I wish to learn what I need. No. To speak frankly, I had intended this observation to be conducted with your awareness. You were never meant to know that someone was watching you. It could make my quarry suspicious. It is a frustrating turn of events, But how did you come here? Who exposed this to you in the first place? Bruton? Bodyguard? I never hired any... Ugh, by Athene. I've been outmaneuvered. Whoever hired Bruton likely knew you would be watched, and knows you're meeting with me. You have to find Bruton. Whoever he's working for, they can't have good plans for you or me. We've been had. I gave you Sandstone Villa, hoping to use it to uncover the Templars who have been plotting to exploit you for war. But in doing so, my quarry uses their agent Bruton to trace me through you. They'll have both of our heads if we don't stop them.
Salutations.
What?
What is it?
Yes?
Salutations.
Well, I've learned enough about your doings to know when I've been found out. Took you long enough. When I was told I'd be targeting a man who came back from the dead, I thought I heard wrong. But then I learned about the Well of Souls. As soon as Joriel's out of the way, my employers will make the well theirs, and all of the power that comes with it. The Templars are not all of like mind for what road our civilization needs to take, such as my employer. We plan on grander things for our brethren, but some are holding us back, like Joriel. So we'll kill her. Then they can experiment on you. But before that happens, me and the boys will have our fun. Yeah, good hunter.
Need something?
You again? After the business of Sandstone Villa, I thought that we had settled matters. I see. Think very, very carefully about what you are saying. Octien is a Templar. He is in a position of the highest authority. And who, may I ask, are you? For you to accuse Octien without having a direct confession is not only meaningless, but contrary to all our procedures. Even if this were true, or even already suspected, it would have to be corroborated by Octien himself. That requires a confession. As he is not here to present the charges himself, I must assume that no such confession exists. Now, I have done all I can for you. Please, trouble me no further with this matter, especially with such insufficient evidence. We have already discussed this. Nothing short of a confession would convict him. As such, Templar Octien will remain undisturbed in the Livrarium. You again. What is it you require of me? Do get to the point. tidings.
Hello. I'm here to send regrets on behalf of Templar Joriel. While she wishes to extend you aid, she's stymied by protocol. What she gave you was an official response. I'm here to give you another response. A personal one. I am a political aide for Templar Joriel. I operate in a number of capacities for the Templars' official and unofficial business. My superior has suspected for some time the crimes that you've levied against Templar Octien. But like you, she is frustrated by his status. Allow me to be direct. If you can make Templar Octien publicly acknowledge his crimes, then Templar Joriel will reward you. She will be your patron of sorts. The city is a marvelous place. Recently, my work has taken me farther from its walls for more often, and I'm sadder for it. I am an aide to Templar Joriel. Usually, my work takes the form of drafting letters, taking notes of various functions, and so on. My superior is a very, very busy person. It is unfortunate that some wrongs escape her notice, and those she does notice cannot always be immediately righted. You wish to bring the Templar to justice, yes? Then you must get him to publicly acknowledge his crimes in some form. As my superior no doubt told you, the Templar may be found in the livrarium. I suggest you go there. Blessings to you. What? Yes? What? Yes? Yes?
Who's there? Well, look at you. Don't seem to be quite as busy as the other humans working the scaffolding. You might be perfect. Listen, stranger, would you like to earn a bit of coin? No sweat off your brow, promise. Lost? The Basilica Nostra is home to Edessa's scholars. The Forum is the center of Edessa, and behind that is a livrarium, Edessa's library. The consistorium is, well, under construction. Every now and then, the scholars take an assistant from the laboratories in the walls to the Basilica. Right now, that's me. The scholars are the most educated gnomes. You could say they are the thinkers of our society. The Basilica is where the scholars of Edessa reside. Not many assistants there besides me, but I manage. The Basilica is where the scholars of Edessa reside. Even in its unfinished state, the Forum is a perfection of architecture, a fitting place for the seat of our government. The Livrarium is our storehouse of knowledge. The works of many scholars, sages, historians, and mages can be found within. I don't know all the details about it. I assist many scholars with their works here. I know that Scholar Narain was involved in linguistics. It's safe to say the experiment will likely be some verbal study. Scholar in the Wren has quarters in the Basilica Nostra. Speak with her and she'll get you started. You need to speak with Scholar in the Wren in the Basilica Nostra. She'll tell you what to do.
You wish to speak?
Blessings to you.
Yes?
You wish to speak?
What is it?
Hello there.
Blessings to you?
Yes?
You wish to speak?
Hello there.
What is it?
You wish to speak?
Yes?
You wish to speak?
Well, when I sent O'Dern to recruit subjects, I didn't think I'd find one quite as tall as yourself. But he has done well. In fact, I'd say you make the perfect test case for my newest work. Not all the scholars are dedicated to academia, Some, like Ailey Ehrencourt, are put on bureaucratic duties between projects. It's not always ideal. The Basilica is currently funding more remote experiments than ever before. Why would they do so much work externally? Makes it difficult to keep track of it all. I've specialized in the study of languages and discourse. Of course, the Basilica sees no end of political applications for my research, so I'm happy to be well funded. In so many words, yes, I'm developing a potion vital for future diplomacy. One that will let the user understand foreign tongues. But it requires calibration. Currently, the potion grants universal understanding, but it will not properly permit speech. I will administer a new formula. The spells in my lab shall localize the effects, so I can ask a few questions of you in various tongues. Yes. Now I will just administer the potion and we can begin. Yes. If you can understand what I am saying, please tell me my name. Very good. Very good indeed. I'm going to try a different language now. See if you can understand it. Tell me, where can I find the Court of Summer? I see. Here's my final question. There is an army of Fae named the Tuatha. Tell me, where are they from? Well, that was less successful than I would have liked, but the data will be useful to me nonetheless. I'm happy to have had your help with this. Take these potions as a reward with my thanks. Yes?
I've waited so long for these. There are some things you simply cannot do with ordinary blades. Beautiful, exquisite things. The city has no parallel, and it's only half built. I can't even conceive of all the contributions we will make to these lands in learning and policy. My colleagues are always at the forefront of research. I must stay at my best to keep up. It is where the greatest minds of the gnomes, the scholars, can determine the underlying rules and laws of existence. From here, our power is born. I got my start doing vivisections in the laboratories. I showed enough knowledge of humoral balance and physiology that I was asked to join the Basilica. Very well. Well, look at you.
Blessings to you.
The Forum is the democratic center of our society.
You wish
Though
to
the
speak?
Templars...
Yes, well, I have many matters at hand that I can busy myself with in lieu of speaking to a guest of Sandstone Villa of all people. And yet you have my attention. What is it? The scholars first found this crater brimming with strange potential. In studying the area, more equipment than people came, until a city was born. It is the product of centuries of learning. Here we distill the experiences of our race into axioms, knowledge that future generations may live by. While my background lies in the study of magical acuity contextualized by race, somehow I ended up being a Basilica liaison to the Domus concerning Fae and Alfar. I see. Blessings to you.
What?
Damn this city. When will it ever be done? It's just not the same without Esclad here. Yes, off with you.
Been to the Domus Politica yet? My faith be seeing you.
What?
Yes?
stranger. Ah, enjoying a tour of our great city. It is beautiful, from here all the way to Sandstone Villa. It was born during the early years of the war, though thankfully away from the conflict. The Forum is a place for all gnomes, where we Templars are humbled by the people's trust in governance. I must get back there soon. I don't spend nearly as much time in the librarium as I would like. Perhaps the greatest house of learning in all of the Phalanx. The complexity of ideas and the thought within is truly astounding. I oversee much of our economic relations with other powers. Gold is the road to diplomacy, in many respects. We are the principals of Edessa, so to speak. With our hands and voices, we guide our brethren and neighbours. Travel far.
Yes? What?
You're alive. What an unexpected and quite unfortunate turn of events. For starters, I expected you to be rotting in a sandy ditch somewhere. Supper for the carrion birds. Understand, you and I are alike. All we both want is to see this business reach its end. Ha! The White Palm are hardly thugs. Simply finding them cost me a small fortune, when I expect to be reimbursed with this failure. Or what? You'll slaughter me in a murderous rage? Typical. Your kind is as predictable as it is stupid. I'm afraid you'll find me quite hard to kill. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for you. Attack me in this city, and I won't just have you clapped in irons. No, I'll hand you over to the scholars in the Basilica for research. A long career supporting vivification research has left me with certain advantages. You could say I'm more resilient than most of your enemies. I'll admit, I did not see Ewan Hughes lying to blackmail me. His conscience was always his biggest liability. Ventrinio will take over research on the well. He has no such weaknesses. Perhaps I'll even give him your corpse to examine. After all, you met your first death as his assistant. It would be a reunion. Of course. And it's such a pity you'll never find out.
If setting fire to the livrarium and hiring assassins is not an admission of guilt on Octien's part, I certainly don't know what is. It is clear that we Templars must make him assume responsibility for his actions, overt as well as hidden. Even though you went against my explicit instruction, you were effective. You have my respect. An ugly rendering of the truth. Did we not use each other? You needed Octien's information, and I needed him stripped of his power. I had to trust that you would do your part, and trust is not something one can always rely on. But I was rewarded for my faith handsomely. Now it's your turn. You have certainly earned it. Ventrinio Desalini. One name I never expected to be brought into this business. It seems he has escaped the gallows yet again. I believe your friend Scholar Hughes may be able to help. While you were here, my people found him salvaging the tomes Octien attempted to burn. Now, you must excuse me. A Templar has fallen from power, and Edessa's political buzzards are circling. You again. What is it you require of me? Do get to the point. You can leave me to deal with Octien. I believe Fomerus Hughes is on his way here, with information more pertinent to you.
Yes?
It was my mistake to assume that Octien would go quietly, or that he would leave evidence behind. Such a waste. Some of those books he burned were centuries old, but luckily for us, I was able to salvage some from the flames. Oh, a great many prizes. Treatises on the nature of death, tables upon tables of autopsy analyses, but only one item of true value. Octien's diary. Based off of what I've read in these pages, Ventrinio has been working on an island off of Cluricon. True, but this young lady says she has a way to fix that. I'm not sure how you know Elinshire, but she seems quite eager to speak with you. When you meet Ventrinio, be careful. His genius comes at the price of his sanity. He may want to kill you the second time around for good measure. If he hasn't yet gone completely mad, Ventrinio should be able to get you into Alabastra. Unfortunately, research on the Well of Souls will be put on hold. Octien organized it in secret, and the other Templars will want to learn all they can of it. But I do not think I'll be idle in the meantime. With Octien out of the way, there will be need of a new Templar in Edessa. Octien's journal shows that Ventrinio's assistant died during an important mission into the heart of Alabastra. I don't know how to say this, but the date of the assistant's death is shortly before you came back to life. My old colleague, Ventrinio Desalini. For a time we worked together under Templar Octien. He was a brilliant scholar, but a terrible person.
Bruton, then. This was not the outcome I had anticipated. That you were able to deal with it is gratifying. Killing Bruton should send a message to his masters to stop their plans. I heard what he said about my death. It seems I am indebted. With any luck, the serpent will not bite without its fangs. Our business can be concluded. You have proven capable beyond measure. As a reward, I give you the deed to Sandstone Villa. It is now yours, completely. If you wish, you may make improvements to it at the Grand Bursars. Now there is much I must attend to. I am off.
Welcome to the Bursar. Hello again. What can I assist you with? Ah, so you are the new owner of Sandstone Villa. Very well. If you wish, we can have crews begin work immediately. Excellent. We'll begin work at once. Have a pleasant day. Hello again. What can I assist you with? Is that so? Well, we can certainly arrange that. Work shall begin on it at once. We've supplied you with a forge, should you feel the desire to perform some handiwork of your own. Very good. We'll have it ready for you soon. Have a pleasant day. Hello again. What can I assist you with? Is that so? Very well. The labs have graciously donated a potion bench for your private use. But after this point, we won't be able to work any further on the house. You won't regret it, I can assure you. Have a pleasant day. Hello again. What can I assist you with? Very well. We'll invest a standard capital on your behalf. We can't promise its return, but we will invest it to your discretion. Well enough. The capital will partly finance a new Mortis mining expedition, which can bring great wealth, or nothing. Have a pleasant day. Hello again. What can I assist you with? I'm afraid your investments have yet to return. Have a pleasant day.
Hello?
Milo, at your service. Good day, Master. I am happy to report that there have been no problems. Not after the perfidious Bruton was dealt with. The villa is yours to do with what you will. If you wish to expand it, the Grand Bursars will provide that service. It is the financial heart of Odessa. We process all of the incoming funds we receive from trade and allocate it to various institutions as necessary. Of course, since many have their own means, the Bursars will perform various services in exchange for necessary capital. Farewell, Master. Cthulhu at your service.
Bloody chests. Bloody chests.
Require something?
Yes, yes, hello.
I hear that Templar...
Yes?
Hello there.
Yes?
Shopping for books? We have a saying, a page unread. Is a lesson never learned. Come again.
Welcome.
I'm telling the truth. There must have been about 100 of those damn
I'm on the edge of my seat. What's needed?
What is it?
What now?
Be quick. Yes?
What is it?
The dice are hot in my hand, and I've got a coin purse that's hungry for... Bye.
Welcome to the sun. Well, I seem to have attracted a guest. What can I help you with? Come now, you don't expect me to have actually read the thing. I have my reputation as a courier to think of. We don't deal in swords and wars or magic. Clever hands and quick eyes are what suit a traveler best. Sun Camp is built around trade. Arjean started it before Odessa was built, and she keeps her tinker's hands very busy. Arjean is the leader and founder of Sun Camp. She must be one of the oldest travelers in the Phalanx, but the woman's heart is cold iron. Oh, that would be the squeaky little gnome from Odessa. Smelled like vellum and book paste, as I recall. I was hired to take the note from him. Sure as rain. A gnomish scholar named Arancourt hired me to take it and throw it in the quarry. That's where you can find that letter if you're looking. And I can even give you Arancourt's orders as proof, if you pay the right price. I suppose you're right. If you care so much about the little rag, I can part ways with it. Now don't say I didn't give you anything. It's in the quarry. I was paid to throw it down there by some gnome. Scholar Arancourt's her name. It's all written in those orders I gave you, every last detail. Another time, maybe?
You found the letter. But why would Scholar Ehrencourt want it to be sent and lost? She commissioned the letter in the first place. It is above my station to question her. But there is a higher plan at work. Please, stranger, find Ehrencourt and learn what is happening. She can be found in the Isles. Probably in the Basilica Nostra. She needs to be confronted with the information we found regarding the letter. Fair enough.
Well, look at you.
I have heard that someone was helping my subordinate, Corden. It seems he has lost a very, very important letter. While I applaud your diligence in tracking this to me, I'm sad to say that Corden's error is grievous. He will be punished for losing the letter. That is a half-truth. I requested the letter of Corden, true, but it was not my idea. That came from a higher source. The Templars have reached a tentative quorum regarding our stance in the war, but a cautious few requested I draft this letter. A Templar must be obeyed. But what can be done when they give conflicting orders? So I had the letter written, and Corden lost it. Damn it all. I knew that Dirty Traveler was not capable of performing even the simplest of tasks. I will not allow you the privilege of extorting me. I will resign my position and name Corden as my replacement. We shall see how he fares. I would be very careful if I were you. You are known to the Templars, and it was never their intention to treat you lightly. I see.
Well, look at you.
Be quick.
You won't believe this. I'm being presented with the opportunity to join the Basilica Nostra. It must have been from your help. I never thought in my wildest years. I only hope to correct a mistake. It will take time to be approved, but here is your reward with my thanks.
Fair enough.
All I want for the miners is mining. Is that so much to ask? I don't hold a grudge against the man, though he certainly seemed to despise us. I'm glad you were able to put a stop to his plans. Pardon? Oh, I see. The Home Office finally managed to dig up a copy of the Mortis Mining Branch Handbook. Thank you for delivering it. Good day.
There were some whispers of what happened at Sandstone Villa, but no more. I hope you found whatever you were looking for there. Yes, go on.
What now?
Well, I'm happy to learn that the Hollowlands branch has successfully received the instruction book. You have my thanks for this. Fine. How are you?